What's going on? What's going on? Week, what the fuck week is it? 11? I think it's like week 11, some shit like that. But what's going on, everybody? What's going on with y'all, man? A little late on the broadcast situation. Wife not feeling good, so I gotta take care of her and shit. You know how that go. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to KH, Big Nate, TR. Shout out to High Point of View. Shout out to Key. Um, Shout out to Patrice. Patrice. Sorry, out. Shout out to Cali Packer, um, Packer fans 12, Zay, all the usual suspects, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the family, kids, the wife. Like I said, she's not feeling good right now. Trying to get her back under the weather. Um, we everybody dealing with this cold shit right now. Everybody catching colds and getting rid of colds and passing on colds and shit. So, but other than that, man, how y'all doing? Crazy. It's a victory. We won today. um, yeah, we won today, man. I mean, nothing to be jumping for joy over. Um, Nothing to um, be booking Super Bowl tickets for, but a lot of promise, man. And that's the main fucking thing you want to see from these remaining games is promise, is a future. Um, like I said, nobody expected us, nor did a lot of people, nor did a lot of Packer fans expect, a Super Bowl this year. We're fans, we're organization where we um, accept reality. That we're rebuilding. We're getting from up under a guy who was here almost 2 decades and rebuilding towards the future, towards where we belong and where we will end up, because we are those one of those type of organizations that are willing to invest in our future and not just now. Some organizations so thirsty and haven't tasted success and for so long that they're in the now, and we're still building. um Jordan Love, man, to me his best game of the season, even better than the Bears game to me. I mean, I think the circumstance was bigger for the Bears game. Playing in Chicago, playing the rival, first game of the year. But to see his progression um, really shows me that he's working towards being our franchise quarterback. Some miscues, some things he got to work on still, especially with the deep ball. What's going on, Key? What's going on, Silas? Key said it wasn't pretty, but we got the win. And they don't have to be pretty, you know. A lot of times they shouldn't be as, close as they end up. But, you know, like you said, man, a victory is a victory. Again, don't do anything but evaluate these remaining games. If they go on some type of win streak, wow, that'll be very eye opening. But some things are clicking. Some things are clicking. Some things seem different. For one, man, shit I've been talking about. Dobbs was the number one today. Dobbs was the number one, and you see how much it factors in with the receivers and Jordan. I mean, you got a sure-handed guy for him that I think he actually fucks with more than Watson, and it played all the difference today. And I keep telling y'all that Dobbs is the number one receiver. He needs to be lined up as the number one, even if Watson, what you can say on paper, is the number one, because I mean he got the size, he got the speed, and you got to play to his strengths. I think his touchdown pass, I mean his touchdown catch from Love today was perfect example of how you scheme up this guy. You know, he has the attributes to take advantage of slower, and you got to figure out what's the slow side. You got to watch the tape and scout and say, okay, Watson can dominate these guys over here, and if they have a better route running, if you need a route runner, then you're gonna get Dobbs. Perfect example of what Dobbs is. That touchdown catch to seal the game was him understanding the coverage, and instead of him doing an out, which he was supposed to do, he was supposed to go to the sideline on that play. He read the play. He read it perfectly. With Watson, you expect him just to run up the field. You don't expect him to do many outs and ins. You expect him to run posts and and run into the flat. That's what he does. And Dobbs is that receiver that is running your outs, your ins. So at first it wasn't there for him, because you would try to run Dobbs on those big plays down the field, and it wouldn't work because that's what it was drawn up as. But what was drawn up for that touchdown was drawn up as an out, where it was 10 yards up and towards the sideline. But to have an instinctive wide receiver like that, to know that the coverage wasn't going, there was no one back there, he just took advantage of it and got a touchdown out of it. So that's where Matt has to understand I'm not taking shit from Watson. I think he's still got a lot of learning to do. He's still got a lot of upside, but he has a lot of fucking upside. He has the speed, he has the length. He just don't have the hands to me. He don't have the hands Dobbs have. He don't even have the hands Wicks have. Wicks missed a big catch, went right through his hands. But there's a lot of upside, and Reed is just a star. He's a star in the making. He is, and he's gonna definitely be that Cobb replacement, like, and putting up the same type of numbers. It ain't like, oh, you just a replacement and you look like him, a la Amari Rodgers, but you got a guy who's actually going to contribute to the future. So tough shit today. Aaron Jones going down, looked like a serious injury. Yeah, and it's just becoming a reoccurring situation with him being hurt every week, being on the outside looking in every week, or getting himself in situations every week where it's jeopardizing his play, whether it's just not playing good or getting hurt. What up, Callie? What's going on, brother? You said good, go Pack, go, close game. Yeah, close game. Shouldn't have been this close. and actually could have lost this game. Other than some mistakes by some drops, big drops, Keenan Allen, who was a guy I thought was going to be a free agent and possibly be able to be picked up by us, but he stayed. And I always loved Justin Herbert, man. I like this dude. Um, I like this dude a lot. I like Justin. I like he's a big guy. He has a fucking arm. He's accurate. He was putting the shit on guys today, and they were just fucking from they couldn't catch. They couldn't catch, man. So um, luckily we got out of there with a win. We had plenty opportunities to blow the game open. Let me see. You had X amount of um, touchdown. I mean, red zone appearances again, and weren't able to capitalize on all of them. Most of our touchdowns were bigger plays. The read run around in, that was a great play, and we just haven't been taking advantage of the outside at all this year. At all, we weren't taking advantage of the outside, that sweep, that end around play, and I was there. I know they tried it once with Watson. I think they got like a couple yards, but everything's been practically up the middle. Um, any word on Jones injury? Look bad, man. Don't know. We probably won't really know till tomorrow, or if Matt even tells us anything. So, a good guy, man. I hate to see that happen to him. I always believed in Jones. I always felt Jones was an integral piece of our success the last 3 years. But I just feel like it's damn near time to move on, man. It's time to move on. Especially with the money, the age he is now. All you got to do really is just find the same type of running back, which are many, and look for the Packers to use one of those late round picks this year to still get a top quality running back in the league. Yeah, and I know was it Heath? He went down too. No, Wilson. Sorry, Wilson went down with an arm injury. Campbell, same deal, man. I mean, when he's in there, he's a fucking stud. He's integral to the defense, and when he's out, we gotta rely on Quay Walker, and you know how that goes sometimes with him. Thought he was pretty solid today, but Matt, some play calls was some bullshit by Matt. You had two chances to pick up 1 yard, and you fucking threw it once, and you threw it once, and flopping Dylan, he didn't get one. But effort, man, and like I said, the main people of this game, man, was I mean, first of all, shout out to the fucking offensive line holding up. I know Joey Bosa went down, another great player in this league getting hurt. It's fucking crazy. But they held up, man. I mean, so it was some sacks giving up, but that right side was being held down, man. Tom and everybody on that side. But that fucking Walker character, man. This dude is I do not like him. I do not like Walker at all. Protecting Jordan's blind side like that, I do not like it, bro. Yeah, and Bosa does stay injured, man. Every year it's like something going on with him. It's always a situation with Bosa. He's just total opposite of his brother, man. His brother fucking stay balling out. You don't ever hear shit from him. Well, no, his brother had an ACL before. I know what Nick missed a year, didn't he? With San Francisco. Yeah, but that's some heartbreaking shit, man. See great players, whether it's Jones, whether it's our players or any players in this league, because say what you want to say. I didn't want to see Rodgers go down. Cousins, losing Cousins. Now you lose Joe Burrow. You possibly losing Joey, you possibly losing Jones. It's crazy, man. But that's the way the football turns, man. It's a violent league. It's a dangerous sport, and those are the risks that you take each down. Each down could be career ending. Callie said, yeah, that on that second down, they should have did a play action, quick slant to Dobbs, man, instead of playing conservative. What are we trying to run out the clock? I mean, are you talking about the first half? Or are you talking about the end of the game? I heard them booing at the end of the game. I'm like, bro, we can't be passing the ball in that situation. You make them use a timeout. You can't expect them to pass the ball on third down. That's how interceptions happen, especially with a young quarterback. You do not put him in that situation to pick up the third down. We were winning, so on that situation. But that 3rd and 1, it was like 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. It's like some bullshit, man. Because sometimes you be like, what the fuck is he calling? But career game for Jordan Love, man. I don't know who's with me. I don't know who agrees with me. I don't know who want to hear this or who don't want to hear this. I got to keep Jordan Love around. I do. If it's looking like Matt is going to be here till 2025 when Murphy is walking out the door, and then we get a new president who possibly would keep him or possibly move on. I got to keep Jordan. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Some passes today were beautiful. That motherfucker, the Dobbs, was beautiful. The floater over two guys to Watson, reading that play. When he's on, he can fucking spin it. Just some things he gonna work on. Things he should be getting better at. Which is reading defenses. When he get more freedom to change plays, and he learns a defense, this guy could be something. He can definitely be something. And I'm on the Jordan Love bandwagon right now. I like what he did today. First fucking 300-yard passing game in 2 years. Again, I like what he did. No turnovers. Very precise, super accurate today. Only thing, like I said, his deep ball, once he gets that and once he knows when to put air under it, because that sideline play to Musgrave, that was a touchdown. That was a fucking touchdown. But to pick up some big 3rd and 10s, Wicks was fucking on it today. I love that dude. I love him, man. He's it, man. I love his routes. He runs great routes, man. Listen, Packers got a lot of fucking upside, bro. And if you could keep this nucleus together, I would even say, Matt has to. If Matt is not willing to fix this defensive coordinator situation and these coaches behind him, that's what makes me want him to go. Because Matt has some brilliance about him, but the people he got on the other side of the football, special teams, shit like that. Pasaccia shouldn't just be no special teams coach. Or you need a new kicker. You need one or the other, because these motherfuckers be flying down the field there. We're not giving up touchdowns on kick returns. They're barely getting 10, 15 yards on us. So that I'm not worried about. I'm worried about kicker situation. That's what I'm really worried about, And Carlson is young, man. He's a fucking rookie. We don't know the pressure he goes under. We don't know how he's feeling. We don't know none of that. And there's not no excuse. I don't like to make excuses for people. But I know Crosby won the greatest when he came out. He had some questionable seasons, but as a kicker, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. I mean, a good bloodline. His brother ain't the best either. But I don't know. That's again the learning curves you go through. That's the things you have to go through as a young team and finding new players. And they're either going to be elite, they're going to be okay, they're going to be bad, or they're going to be middle of the pack. And Carlson right now is a middle of the pack kicker. Um, you know, he has the leg. He needs to get that shit down the middle. He pushes a lot of his field goals. And the snap timing, I think, is fucking up too. Fucking up the situation. So, but again, like I said, the bright spot to me was Jordan Love. He was just fucking super, just on it today. Had some little, fuck ups, some hiccups, but again, it's all learning, bro. All this shit he's learning, bro. He's learning. He's learning. Like I said, on that Musgrave play, really didn't get his feet all the way set. Was still a little, not really planted. So that's why he kind of pushed that football more than what he should have, and that could have been a definitely touchdown. That could have been a three touchdown guy. How many he had today? Two, three, two. Wait, Watson, Dobbs, and I guess the other one to Reed is kind of as a run. So, but again, should be winning games by more. Could be winning games by more. You have one thing you cannot say about this team is they didn't have opportunities. They have opportunities to blow games open, and that's with rookies. So the NFL, if this team keep progressing, which I know Love, he's not the end of this season. He's going to be still throwing with these guys. He ain't he ain't he ain't been in the game long enough or did much to be a diva yet. So he's going to perfect his craft and get better and better and stay in the lab. And he continues to stay in the lab. There's nothing but upside for dude. And again, everybody ain't Pat, man. Everybody ain't Pat Mahomes, man. CJ Stroud doing his thing. Some people they have the talent, but it needs to be redefined. Pat, he goes out there, it's damn near, it don't even seem like they draw up plays. They just play like 5,000 or something. They just playing backyard football in Kansas City. But it's a system that works for him. It's a system that he picks up on. He has enough talent. Jordan has plenty talent. Plenty talent. You see the way the ball comes out of his hand. Solid fucking spiral on a guy, And he got the ball. He got the strength to get the ball down there. But it's going to take more work, man. It's going to take more time and more work, more, understanding the playbook more, because you understand the playbook, but sometimes where the play is called ain't directly where you're going to put the ball at, It has to be in front of them, behind them a little bit, depending on where the DB is, depending on where the safety is. It could be a post, and either you putting it on them or you putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? If it's a slant, you either putting it on them or you putting it through a window or you putting it behind them because the cornerback is there. It's and that's what Rodgers had. Rodgers knew where to put footballs. Sometimes it would be over their shoulder. Sometimes it would be back shoulder. Sometimes it would be in front of them. Sometimes it would be low. Sometimes they got to go up and get it. So that's a lot of shit Jordan still has to pick up on. He still has to pick up on things to do in games, in the moment, and receivers too. These young receivers are gonna read. Like I just gush about that dude, man. I love Dobbs, dude. I love this dude, man. I like Watson too. Don't get me wrong. I like Watson. I like this dude, man. He just needs some redefining. He needs some defining. He needs as a player to go to the drawing board and say, okay, this is what I need to work on. This is what I need to do. I got the speed, I got the size, I need the hands, I need the route running, you know. And you just look at the way Dobbs went up and got that football. How familiar does that look? I knew a wide receiver that would go up and snatch shit down like that. So you looking at future stars here. You looking at future stars. You looking at Jordan Love, who's a future star in this league. He is. He's gonna be a future star. And mark my words, he might not have the resume of a Brett. He might not have the resume of a Aaron. He might not win 4 MVPs and all this other shit. But in this league, with the right defense and the right offense of line, the right coach is the right running backs, the right wide receivers. We've seen players that ain't gonna be Hall of Famers win Super Bowls. Joe Flacco might be a Hall of Famer. I don't know about all that. I think like a Raven Hall of Famer. We seen him go on a run and win a Super Bowl. You know, we seen Nick Foles. He ain't even in the league no more. So take every game as a scouting game, whether we win it or we lose it. Yeah, we disappointed when we lose it because we could lose it, but it's all learning for these guys, man. These young guys, man. It's all learning. It's all, memory of what I did and what I can do, what I'm possible of, what I'm capable of. I think the best thing for Watson today was to get that touchdown pass, build his confidence up. Because last year, your first play of his fucking career, he could have had a touchdown, and that probably, but you keep working, man. You keep working. I love Luke Musgrave. Seen some Tucker Craft today. We had a Tucker Craft sighting today. Beautiful play, catch, spin. You see his speed. Both of these boys got speed. These some big boys, and they got some speed, bro. And Tucker, an inch from getting his first career touchdown, but ballet hurdles. Yeah, sign Tucker up for the hurdles, man. 100-meter hurdles. A toe away from a touchdown. But that's effort. You see the effort these young guys are putting out there. You see that these young guys, Musgrave, Kraft, Reed, Dobbs, Watson, Wicks, these guys want to be stars. You can see it in their play. They ain't worried about who out there, what defense is out there. They've all had plays this season that shows you something. And if you don't think so, you're a fucking idiot, bro. You don't know football. You don't. We've all seen guys. We've seen a Jordy Nelson ascend in Green Bay to one of the best deep threats in Green Bay Packer history. We've seen a James Jones ascend in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Corliss. We've seen Cobb. We've seen Valdez had flashes. It just didn't work out. EQ really didn't have flashes to me. He was always like that eye guy out and shit. We seen Lazard. Lazard had flashes. He ended up getting a contract from the Jets. Even Rodgers wanted them to come over there and play with him. You know what I'm saying? So Green Bay is going to be good, man. We'll be back. Yeah, it's going to take time. But I think the way we're doing it now and the way we're approaching trying to get back to the promised land is better, is the way it needs to be done. Because trying to hold on to to a guy for so long, for too long, and keep building around him and expect him to do much when you're building up a crew of guys who get chemistry and all that, because you get older, you get stubborn. It's like me at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I get older, I get stubborn when the young guys, they rather do less than, they you got to deal with younger guys, and you got to deal with the things that come with them, and like I said, I just think it's a better approach for us to get back where we want to be. And like I tell a friend at work, he's a fucking Viking fan. He loves the Vikings. And I tell him, we'll be back before y'all ever reach one. We'll be back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because we're a team that's built with history. We're a team that has a different expectation than a lot of organizations. You know, I'm gonna say teams with really championship aspirations every year. Um, us, of course, even if we don't get there, we still, you know, I mean, we have to temper our expectations now. We have to put that like to the side. But the next 3 to 5 years, you know, I say two, maybe two, 2025, maybe. I don't know. Just depends on how our rookies ascend. And that matters too. But you got us, you got teams like the Steelers, you got the 49ers, even the Ravens, the Bills never, well, they have been there, but they fucking lost like 4 times. But they've been there. They've played in a championship game. Teams like Denver, the Colts, Tampa Bay, they made it twice. They won two, give it to Tampa Bay. Um, this team, I don't want to say nothing about this team, but this team used to be affiliated with champions and shit. Dallas, they just like, I don't know what they fan like. They fan base is just crazy. But they're in the mix. You know what I'm saying? They in the mix this year. I can't really talk shit about teams this year because my team is going through a rebuild. My team ain't at the top right now. But I know, and I feel when an organization is just approaching things differently and approaching things the right way, where they're trying to build for the future. And they chasing the rings and shit, because that should have set you back, you know. And the Rams, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel it soon enough, unless they hit and only way you don't do that is if you hit in the draft. If you hit in the draft, you get your quarterback, like the 49ers, Trey Lance wasn't hitting. They found Purdy, and Purdy is enough with a Christian McCaffrey and the things they have and the defense they have. That's why I tell y'all, if we can get a coordinator, when we had a chance to get a Brian Flores and motherfucker want to hold on to Joe Barry and shit, and Brian went over to Minnesota and shit, and he turned the same fucking people, turned them into like a better defense. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it's gonna take, man. I'm trying to stomach LaFleur, but I can only stomach him if he makes changes and he does things that will keep him around for longer than 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Coaches shouldn't be fired within 5, 6 years. You should have long legacies with teams. You should be there at least a decade. But that has to come with Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That you really, teams are like 5 years now, because you got so many hot young up and coming coordinators and offensive coordinators and assistants, and you know what I'm saying, that come up through the ranks and are ready to take over a team. But I say, Matt has to like 2025 to really get back. I mean, like, especially the next draft, like Goot has to hit it out the park. He has to. Too many of his fucking draft picks are just either gone or just not it, or going to be gone next year. So, he going to hit it out the park, man. He going to let some players go. It'll be hard, but you got to. Bakhtiari, unfortunately, might be a casualty. Aaron Jones, Walker, let me see who else. Preston, Preston. Think he's just getting old. Um, Savage, that motherfucker's over there laughing and smiling today. I'm like, well, how is this motherfucker not playing? Um, Eric Stokes, man, he gotta go. You know, just time to get some new blood in there, get some new guys. These guys are at least holding it down somewhat. Really could have got their ass torched today, but they held it down, man. They held it down. So hopefully we can ride this momentum into Thursday. Big game, um, Thanksgiving game, and hopefully they can ride this wave into Detroit, um, and pull up a victory. Fucking Bears should have beat them today. Fucking Bears, man. Bears ain't shit, bro. I swear. It's just trash. They just want Caleb. And you know what they're gonna do? Ruin Caleb or May, whoever they get. They'll fuck it up because they're the Bears. But I believe in Jordan Love. I believe in him. I want him around a couple more seasons. I believe he's gonna get better every year. I believe what he's doing now, with the cast he's doing it with, and you gotta understand he's doing it with rookies too. He's doing this shit with rookies too. When somebody wasn't willing to work with rookies and wanted old guards, this man is doing what he got to do with rookies, and he's doing a hell of a job developing them, believing in them. They need to get these touches. They need to be out there in the fire. They don't need to be sitting behind people all the fucking time. They don't need to be sitting and learning all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been cool to keep Devontae, but how many reps would that take away from a player like Dobbs? That's a future player. That's a future star. You need some veterans, but you don't. These guys are look like they more than ready, and they took on a formidable secondary. James and Khalil and Sante Samuel Jr. You know what I mean? They was fucking doing their thing today, bro. They made the the Chargers are a pedestrian team. That's just amazes me how the Chargers are, bro. You just wasting Justin Herbert, bro. I believe in Jordan. Let me not do that to Jordan. But Justin Herbert, man, come on, bro. This dude is fucking. Man. Listen, that dude has a lot. He got a fucking cannon too. He got a fucking cannon, you know. But I mean, that's how the world turns sometimes, man. And I just feel like we're on the right track. A big win, you know what I'm saying, was one of those games that, people saying, hey, three game losing streak, to lose last week, then lose this week, and then they're like 4 games, you know what I mean? Like, to get one out of this 4 is gonna be good, because Detroit, yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good this season, Super Bowl, no. But pretty good, they they're beating up on bad teams, and that's good for them. That's good. Beating up on a lot of rebuilding teams. That's good for them. That's good. That's good. Hang your hat on that. But again, if you ain't prepared for the future, prepare to not endure it. Prepare to be humbled. And a lot of teams are going to be humbled. Mark my words. Mark my words, y'all. Because again, anybody other than the Eagles, San Francisco, the Chiefs, and I had the Bengals in there, but Burrow's gone. I'm gonna go Baltimore and Miami. If you ain't them five teams, man, don't you're not sniffing a trophy this year. You're not going to even be possibly playing, you know. But a lot of teams gonna be humble, and like I told motherfucker at work, those who laugh last laugh the best and the loudest. So we know that so much, you know. We went through them situations, and just to see it today, you know, the what the Bears did to the Lions. Come on, man. It all comes down to plays, man, and what you do. Good man, we need him. Man, our offense. I know he old, but yeah, like to my Jones might be okay. That's what's up. Again, don't wish bad on. I don't want Jones go. I really don't want him gone. You know, I would want him to stay here as long as he can. But he plays a position that is you know, expendable in this league. Running back are, are a dime a dozen, unfortunately, you know, and they're getting better at receiving. You know, they're getting better at you know, being the main clutch of the offense. So, you know, like I said, man, I think for sure this is his last year in Green Bay. Him and Dylan, you know, just a whole new backfield. Um, a whole new backfield would look nice, you know, and I think it's gonna happen. But we'll see. You know, I'm not the GM. I don't, I don't make that call. You know, it'll have to be the shit. His contract will have to be like pennies for him to stay in Green Bay. But it is what it is. But you know, victory today. We should have lost. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot of plays that the Chargers bailed us out. They dropped a lot of fucking footballs today. Slipped a lot. So that's a win you take though. That's a win you earn. You earn, and you don't feel like I don't want the players to feel that way. I want them to feel like, hey, this is momentum. This we went in there, we kicked their asses. We're the reason that happened. Not don't blame it on drop footballs and Joey Bosa getting hurt and this and that and turf this. No. As young players, that's where you take these type of games and you say, hey, that's a formidable team over there. You know what I mean? That's how you look at this shit. I don't give a fuck if it's the Carolina Panthers. You look at victories in this league as that was a formidable team. And we beat the Chargers, we can beat anybody. You gotta live with that type of mentality in the NFL. You can't say, like Dallas, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, we beat the Carolina and shit, and that's how they get bounced. And that's how they'll lose next week. And that's how when the Eagles come to town, they get their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And when the Niners come to town, they get their ass humbled. And that's how we used to come in there and spank that ass, because they'll overlook what the victory is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we won by 20 points. Yeah, shit was easy. They some scrubs. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. No, you don't do that. Packers should have said, man, that's a big win for us. I think a lot of people like even with this Denver game, like Denver finna play Minnesota. Denver is riding a high. They beat Buffalo. They beat a projected Super Bowl champion. So you take those type of victories and you use them morally and say, we did fucking good. We beat the fucking Chargers. So now let's take that into Thursday and beat the shit out the fucking Lions, which is a formidable team, just as formidable as the Chargers. That's what you do. You don't look this shit off. You don't get comfortable in this league. You always look at what you did and pat yourself on the back, and you got out there with a victory. Because like a lot of people say, victories in this league is tough to come by. They are. Whether you win by 30 or 3, you won. So, all I want to say, like I said, man, this was a good game. It was an entertaining game. It was a fun game to, especially get the win in front of the fans. 4-6. Um, you know, still not 500 yet, but 4-6. Against a great quarterback, played against a great quarterback today, played against a good team today. But again, don't be trying to buy Super Bowl tickets, just yet. But again, it's something to build on, man. This we're in a rebuild. We're rebuilding what we are and what we're going to be, you know. And that's one thing I can say, about the Packers and what they're willing to do. Whether it's Mark Murphy and Goot and LaFleur, or it's fucking whoever, whoever you wanna name. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you temper your expectations and you say, "Damn, you beat one of the top teams in the league," if you want to say that. But for a young team, that should be a good feeling because you beat an established quarterback, you beat an established wide receiver, you beat a potential Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame wide receiver, and Keenan Allen. Um, that's where you go and you use that type of shit. You use that shit as who the fuck is this? Heightened zone. What's up? That's where you use that shit as momentum, and you should be able to go in Detroit Thursday and show the motherfuckers what's up, bro. Show them that, hey, y'all might make the playoffs, y'all might win the division, but we coming. We coming. We up and coming, man. We up and coming. We gonna be around for a minute, and that's the main thing I want Jordan to do. I want Jordan to build on these victories. This is his best game of his career. His best game of his career. And like I said, anybody who seen what they seen today from Jordan Love and don't want to keep him around and see what he's going to become is a damn fool for me. Is a damn fool to me, especially where he was drafted and everything. We missed out on not Justin Fields. Fuck him. We missed out on what's his name in Philly. Fuck is his name? Help me out, Nate. What's his name in Philly?
A wide receiver?
No, quarterback.
Oh,
I can't think, y'all. I can't think right now. But
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I can't think about his name.
Yeah, we could have drafted him, but we took what we took. And like I said, I think Jordan has a lot of fucking upside. I think this guy can be, again, a top 10 quarterback in this league, if not the best
Hurts?
in this league.
Hurts?
Yeah. Hurts, yeah. He is. So look at the bright spots. Yeah, we got the victory, but this was big to get the momentum because now we're going into Detroit with our heads up. We're not going with our heads down. We going in and we're feeling like we're just as formidable. We're just it's just one team record is winning right now, and one team record shows of a rebuild. So what's going on, Nate? I ain't mean to not say something. I didn't want to lose my point because sometimes you say something, man, But
No, don't worry about that. Vegas was good. Vegas, just chilling, man. Well, I'm busy right now. We got a lot of stuff going on. You know the text that I sent you when I called you. Remember? Yeah, we told you what's going on with my. So I don't want to put it out there, but
that's fine.
fucking work. I'm about to expand my business, get another truck in a few weeks. So we busy right now. I watched the game. Am I
What you think?
excited?
What you
I'm just
think?
like whatever's. I mean, we won, I guess, but
Right.
my focus already has been on the draft and free agency. I mean, that's cool that they won. I mean, I've seen a lot of potential in Jordan Love. I'm glad that I gave this man the benefit of the doubt because at one point of time I was like, "Fuck Jordan Love, he's not my
Yeah.
quarterback,"
Me
and
too.
I had to change the heart, and I'm glad I did. You know, this man deserves a lot of credit for being put in the position that
Yeah.
he didn't ask to be put in.
Yeah.
He did not ask to get drafted by the Green Bay Packers. He got put in that
Hmm.
position.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of potential in this young man. And moving forward, I like Montrevious Wicks. And I know that was
Man.
one of your picks that you said, I hope he makes a team.
Yeah. In the
That
preseason, I
man,
was.
he's fast.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
you seen that hit, he caught the ball and he said, turn around, see you
Fuck
later.
that.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Musgrave, well, I think he had a good game. He's a rising star, man.
Yeah.
And Doves, can't forget about Doves, Nevada product.
Yeah, man.
Even though he's from California,
Right. He a Cali guy.
this
He.
man, he should be a number one. And everybody knows that Big Nate chose Christian Watson. And I always said, oh, that should be my first number one. I gotta change the heart. Christian Watson's not even ready for any type of role. That motherfucker needs to learn the playbook better because honestly, even though he had a touchdown, he's having one of the worst years. He had a
Yeah,
better year on his rookie year. So
and I mean, K said a great point when he takes.
I can barely hear you, Vegas.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's kind of low. Let me see.
Is it?
Is your phone volume a little bit low?
I don't think so. Let me see. No, that's it.
Mhm.
Can everybody hear me? Okay, I can hear
Yeah,
me fucking
I
loud.
can
I
hear
don't.
you. It's just a
Okay.
little bit low. I don't know for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't want to make it too loud. Then it'd be killing their ears. But again, I mean, I like Watson. I like his attributes. He's like I said, he's a big receiver. He's fast. But he's not number one to me. You know, unless it's just how he's utilized. You know, and that's what K says. Like LaFleur ain't using him correctly. And maybe that's true. You know, maybe that's true. Maybe he shouldn't be in double coverage. You know, and I told y'all too. Watson is better against possibly twos and threes. You know, he's not. You don't line him up against the best cornerback on the team right now. Dobbs is that. You know, Dobbs is to me looking like a guy, especially like I said, the way he went up and got that ball. That's a guy who is sure-handed and go up there and get it and take it down and do it that way, do it ugly. It ain't gotta be pretty. And that's Watson. That's what Watson want. He wants shit. He wants the big play all the time, and it ain't always about the big play. It's about marching down the field. It's about the 10 yards, the 8 yards, the 7. It's about the big third downs. It's about being efficient. It ain't about making a big play every fucking time you catch the ball.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about the guys who are willing to put their bodies on line, who are willing to take the hits, who are willing to work towards being an all-around player. And like I said, Wicks today, like I said, in the preseason, he was one of the guys that just jumped off the TV to me. Him and Heath, both of them guys were fucking jumping off the it was like they was going at it with each other and shit. It was like he one game was stepping up, then Wicks was coming in. I think Wicks went down with the injury, and then he came back and had a great game. It was like the third game, I think. But Wicks to me is another guy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't watch today's game and say, for one, two, 3, 4. One is starting his fucking run first year. Okay, let's go. We got Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, who made damn near the play of the game. He made damn near the play of the game. And he has a lot of things I heard that he needs to work on with his route running and his blocking. His blocking needs to be a little more shored up. If he can block better, I think LaFleur will use him more. But you got Musgrave, that's one. Musgrave, Wicks, Reed, Jordan Love is starting his first season, so you could basically say he's a rookie. And you got 2-year guys. So you got really 4 rookies today out there. And were the main components of this game being won today. So that's, if you didn't look at what you seen today with binoculars and say the future is very bright, something is wrong with you. Something is from quarterback to wide receiver to even some people on defense, and say, what's that rookie we got on defensive line? What's his name? Fuck.
Oh, no, it's the number 95, huh?
Yeah, he jumps off the screen too.
He's good, man. He has done a lot of. He tackled the quarterback once, right?
Yeah, but he was on pressures. He was on plenty pressures today. I like Zach Tom on the fucking offensive line. They were holding their own. Offensive line was holding their own for a minute. You know, they had a couple rough spots, especially with Walker. That motherfucker right there. I'm tired of saying his name every week. Walker, that motherfucker. I don't know what's going on with dude. But no issues out of Elton today. Elton Jenkins, you know, he does what he needs to do. But again, just to say, like I said, there is a lot of bright spots going on in this fucking team. Is it possible to run a table? I don't know. That's pretty tough, bro. We still got Detroit. We still got KC. And that's it, really. KC in Detroit. Minnesota, I ain't worried about them.
You know what, Vegas? No, you're right. We got a lot of bright spots, and there's a lot of motherfuckers that keep fucking up every week in, week out. You already know. We've been talking about these clowns. Nixon, Preston Smith, Joe Barry's still fucking up, and fucking motherfuckers getting Matt LaFleur trying to get pretty early in the game. Like, well, come on, dude. Like, just fucking play normal football at times. But I think that the Green Bay Packers young players got potential. They got a lot of potential. It's only a matter of time of getting rid of the players that you think they're not contributing to this team. Keep these young talent that you got, and just surround these fucking young talent with better players. And I think the Green Bay Packers will be good. Detroit, I don't really, honestly, I hope the Packers beat Detroit at home, because Detroit, they're not even that good. It's just a bunch of fucking hype about Detroit. Well, all of a sudden they won in the last minute again. Something
that shit was
right there.
Yeah, that shit was sketchy, man. They were down like, I think 5 or some shit like that, and just to win by 5, like, what the fuck is? I think that's what or was it 3 or some shit like that? But for them to just come out of nowhere and win that game was like, what the fuck? But that's the Bears, you know. Is you wouldn't be surprised if the fucking owner say, "Hey, lose the game." You know, you wouldn't be surprised, man. It's they in a tank.
Last year they tanked on purpose, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that shit again.
Exactly. So, you know, but again, would that help Justin Fields? I don't think so. You know, tanking wouldn't help him, wouldn't help his stock, because, you know, you're basically saying, hey, we're tanking to get your replacement, you know. So I don't know what truth behind that, because his job ain't sure up in Chicago. I know a lot of people coming for his head at the end of the season. But you know, like I said, man, it's a lot of bright, you know, spots. It was like, especially on his third down efficiency today. It was like, damn, is this what, you know, getting the ball out faster today. He held it a couple times, but I think on those times he held the ball, the receivers weren't running the right routes. Wicks, I know he didn't turn around for an out. That could have been a for sure first down. He kind of kept going upfield, and that's timing, and that's things that, again, they're rookies. Spur of the moment, you know, you down. Sometimes your judgment get cloudy, you know, or you take 2 extra steps and when you should have been cutting in. But we know a lot of wide receiver. We've seen a lot of wide receivers in Green Bay ascend to either the best or one of the best. You know, we've had great wide receivers here. Gray Jennings, Driver, we had Walker, we had these guys that it took them a little second to get it. And once they get it, oh, you know, once Wicks gets it, once Dobbs has it. Like he has it, bro. I mean, on that touchdown play, he read the safety perfectly. And you seen, as soon as he got past that cornerback, he threw his arm up.
Yep. And did that Randy Moss shit.
Yeah. And Jordan put it on him perfectly. And you seen even from Jordan, that pass, the pass to Watson, you know, to drop it in the basket like that. You know, once he really gets his down the field, you know, kind of Hail Marys or goals or whatever you want to call it. I call them go routes. Once he really be able to start hitting them go routes in stride, you know, knowing how to put either too much air, he putting too much air, or he's putting too much on it, because that Musgrave up the sideline was a for sure touchdown. And all that needed was a little bit more air to drop right in the basket, and he would have been gone. But that's learning curves. That's things you learn from. That's things you go back and you watch. That's things you take with you and you say, okay, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. And he knew it. He knew it as soon as it came out his hand. Like, fuck, you know. But what you don't see from him is him hanging his head. You don't see the guy hanging his head, and he even got mad on that play a little bit at the end. That was a little bit of Rodgers came out of him when Rick Wicks ran the wrong route.
Something about Jordan Love that he never panics. You see him that he's always calm, regardless if they're down. He just dusts himself up and keep on trying.
Poise, and that's what you want in a quarterback too. He has poise. I don't give a fuck. He gets sacks. He gets up. He dusts himself off. Was like Aaliyah said, he dusts himself off and he tries again, and he needs that. Every drop back can't be perfect. Every play, every throw can't be perfect. He needs those things to teach him, to get better from, to have something to watch on tape. What did I do right? And I want to watch what I did wrong more than what I did right. But I mean, the man shit coming out of there was spirals. He fucking got the flick. You see the leg setting. I want him to use his legs a little more, but that gets a lot of quarterbacks in trouble. Herbert, he was running all over our ass today. Yeah. Herbert probably had 70, 80 yards today. Big guy. I like that quarterback up.
Keenan Allen had 100 yards. Keenan Allen.
I like Justin Herbert, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like dude, man. Dude got a fucking arm, you know, and he got a great receiver. You know, he got Keenan Allen and shit, but that ain't enough. You know, that ain't gonna be enough to do it in this league. And I think we both got the same records. Was they 4-6 now? We both 4-6 or some shit like that. So, but yeah, man, that's all I'm doing with these games. I'm just scouting them. I'm not expecting playoffs. I'm not expecting the Super Bowl. Kind of gave up those hopes, but I want to see how they play against Detroit. How did they take this momentum? It seemed like the offense is starting to click. And we said it might take 10 games. It might take 11 games. It might take 12 games, you know, to see this team finally click, you know. And they had a lot of flashes all year. And that motherfucking Reed, man. That motherfucker Reed. I like fucking Reed, bro. I like dude, man.
He had a good game. I like everything about Jaden Reed. He's fast. Mm-hmm. Even though he's short, he reminds me of fucking James Jones. But even though he's short, this guy can catch. I'm excited to see him next year, because I know this year it is what it is. But next year, I think everybody will get their shit together. Definitely, I honestly feel.
Right, and I was kind of holding my breath with Reed too, because of that whole Amari Rodgers situation. You know, trying to put high stock in him, but I mean, it's a lot of bright, man. So as Packer fans, I'm not going to be like heightened and say we're going to run the table, but I'm saying that it's possible to be able to sit at the table. It's possible to go on some type of run here, and just keep getting better, man. It ain't even about winning the games, whether you win or lose. If you're learning from the games, you're getting better every game, and you're in games we can't. Because um, that's what I want to see, man. I want to see Thursday. I want to see how much of the fight, how much fight is brung to Detroit. Are we gonna lay down, go up there and lay down? Or are we gonna come out and fight? Are we gonna come out and say, you know what, this is what you're gonna be dealing with for the next 5 to 6 years? This is what you're gonna be dealing with. Jordan Love, I want you to come out and start, especially with the Mahomes game. Come out and well, he played that one game. I think Rodgers was hurt, right, and we lost, right? Did he play? He played against Kansas City before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but proving to these quarterbacks and these teams and these organizations, man, I'm going to be around for a decade or more. You motherfuckers going to get used to Jordan Love. And that's what it seemed like he's doing. He's starting to he's having better completion percentage, which he's last. But these last 2 games have been his best completion percentage game. For one, I think he was like 5 for 5 in the beginning. He's not he's not holding the ball as much. He's getting the ball out. He's making his reads. He's hitting his progressions. He's getting better on third downs. He's dropping the ball in. He's doing a lot, bro. And like I said, I'm with him. I doubted him for a minute because I was still drinking the Rodgers Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? I was still drinking the Rodgers Gatorade and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Drinking the wrong Kool-Aid, Vegas.
Yeah, we was drinking the wrong Kool-Aid, bro. We had our hopes up, man. But that's just how hungry we was, man, to get back where we wanted to be. And sometimes you got to go through this because it's been so long since we had to rebuild. Well, not really, because we kind of had a little slight rebuild after McCarthy, but I'm saying like full, like QB, wide receivers. This is something we haven't felt in 30 years almost, and yeah, bro. And Rodgers was 18 years he was here. So 18 years. We haven't felt a new, for sure, man under center, and let's give Jordan, some time, man. Let's give him some time. We were willing to do it with Rodgers first year. He showed flashes. He showed greatness. And we were willing to do it then. We got to do it now. But the next couple years should tell us for sure, that Goop made the right pick. And if he does, that will keep him around. And you got to understand that the better Jordan Love plays, the more it gives Goop, leverage to stay, with the next president, which is coming in 2 years. So mark your calendar. I think it's July something. I got to mark my calendar. It's July something. That Mark Murphy has to resign, and it is before the 25-26 season? Because this year is 23-24. Next year it'll be 24-25.
I think it'll be after the 25 season.
It'll be after the 24-25. So it'll be going into the 25-26 season.
Yeah.
Mark Murphy it'll be going into the 25-26. So there's a whole new regime, and we don't know what kind of president we're going to get. We're going to have a president that's going to put his foot down and want to win championships and say, hey, I got to bring this team back to the promised land. And that comes with the players too. That comes with Jordan Love, and we're putting stock into him. So we got to see, man. But this year he's playing better than what I thought he was going to play. I had him like 30 some touchdowns and some shit. I just was blowing smoke, trying to, put that out there in its existence. But if he was doing what I said he was going to do, which was 30 touchdowns, 10, 11 interceptions, that's right now how bad QB play been in, that he would have been in the top 5, But he's still, to me, like I say, he's better than Justin Fields. He's better than a lot of younger QBs right now. And, he has time to learn, and he's better than some established QBs right now. So let's give him some benefit of the doubt, man. I'm rolling with him. That's all I got to say about this shit right now.
Go. Same here. I'm rolling with Jordan Love, and he broke the drought. He ended the drought today, 300 yards, 300 and something yards. You know, the last person to do it was Aaron Rodgers, so he ended the drought today. So that's good. But we have seen a lot. I think we seen. I seen a lot of promise in Jordan Love, so I'm not worried about him. You know, the better he plays, the better he makes everybody around him as well. You know, and
Right.
the good thing that he got the support of his teammates. So that's a good thing. You know, I know me and you the last few weeks we've been talking about change in Green Bay, which I do still hope it comes at some point. But like
Right.
you said a few minutes ago, once we get this new president in Green Bay, I hope that he put his foot down, especially if Gooden's still there as general manager.
Yeah.
Put his fucking brakes on him. Tell him, you know what? I want you to go get free agents. I want you to fucking draft this player. I want you with the trade deadline comes. I want you to fucking scout some fucking free agents and make sure that any available player bring them into Green Bay because
Right.
I want for us to get back to the winning years. I know that a lot of Packer fans might say, "Oh, fucking, you guys are we're spoiled. We used to winning all the time." Well, what this is what this organization is about: winning
Hmm.
fucking championships and Super Bowls, not
Right.
just fucking going on a drought like these other teams, and they're okay with that. Something that caught my attention yesterday. We were at me and my wife. We went to CBS,
Uh-huh.
and my wife was wearing something with Raiders, and she was a Dolphin fan. Oh, we're gonna see you guys tomorrow and this and that, right? Even though the Raiders did lose today.
Right. They put up
They're
an
like,
effort
they're
though.
like, well, I'm surprised you guys doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. I mean, it's better. Even if we don't finish the season good, at least we did better this year. And I was
Right.
telling my wife, that's the type of people that they will talk like that about their team. They will settle for an 8-8 record. And for them, they had a good season. And I was telling
Right.
my wife, not us as Packer fans, if we don't bring a Biz Lombardi trophy, our season did not mean shit.
Yeah. And that's definitely what we got to build upon, man. Is and we a victim of circumstance, man. We put a lot of we put a lot of stock in guys like Zadarius. We put a lot of stock in Bakhtiari. We put a lot of stock in Rogers, because at the time they were at the top of their game. They were at the top of their game, and like I told people before, if you think any other organization, one, wouldn't take Rogers, and two, wouldn't pay him 50 million a year, you're a goddamn fool. Just any team would have took him off our hands. It's just we wanted a little too much because again, he's an Asian quarterback. But a team like the Jets, who are I feel still a quarterback away, especially with players like Garrett Wilson and Sauce and all that. They have a hell of a defense and shit like that. But people expected us to be, like bottom of the barrel. We're still competing in games. We're still hanging around. We're still putting an effort out there. So for people to say, "Oh well, y'all back to the dark ages," and da, 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 da. No, it's not. You rebuilds always go through this. They always go through this. And organizations that are built to and know what to look for and what to do, and a lot of this is going to come on Goop. Jordan has to be the man. Reed, these other guys have to pan out. A game like today had to happen. Little things like little flashes, you got to see that. If we were just thinking up the joint and 1-9 and just out of games and not putting up a fight, then it would be a problem. But it just, like you say, it's just going to take that little bit of more effort out of Goop, out of the president, out of Murphy, to say, not just when you get the money, just throw it around and just spin it in ways where it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
But you think we won't have a 50-60 million dollar quarterback for a while until somebody comes in there and is just elite, unless it's Jordan. Unless Jordan is that guy that in the next 3 to 4 years earns that 200, 300 million. Because I mean, what, Joe Burrow got 275, so you think it's going up. You know, it's going to be 300. There's going to be a $300 million quarterback in a minute. It's going to be a 353. It's going to keep going up because revenue keeps going up. But the best thing for you to do would be, okay, you gave Jordan a contract next year. If you signed him 3 years, let's say he balls out the rest of the season, you have no choice but to next year throw something on the table. If he comes back out, he's balling next year, which I expect him to do. I expect that dude to do nothing but get better. Not barring an injury, I expect Jordan Love to one day be one of these elite quarterbacks in this league in his own way, not Rodgers' way. But you see a lot of things that he learned from that man. Getting up to the line early, trying to catch them with 12 men on the field, doing little things, little nuances, little things, little cadences. That getting out the pocket, that throw he threw to Reed was just setting his feet, throwing accurately. A lot of things he learned, and that was good for him. And he still gets encouraging words from Rodgers. They text time to time. Rodgers passed the man on the back. Rodgers, since the man came out of college, again said the same thing you said, Nate. He didn't choose to be drafted here, but he was. You know, but it's on him to learn and pick up everything I do. And you could tell he did, man. Like you said, he's calm. He's not out there fucking panicking. You see it in every drop back. You just see a fluency, fluid. He's fluid with it. Drops back and boom, and everything's a spiral. Everything is tight spiral on him, you know. So he's going to learn, man. Give that man benefit of the doubt. Don't expect him to come out there and be no fucking Hall of Famer. Don't expect him to come out there and be no Mahomes. There are only so many Mahomes and Rodgers and Tom Brady's and Peyton Manning's. He just got to be Jordan Love.
Yep.
Stop. As a media, let's stop throwing some of these guys under the bus because and I had to quit doing that with Watson because I said that play what Watson did is the exact way you need to be drawing shit up for that man. He can't beat everybody down the field every time. And that's what I used to get mad with Valdez. It's like, why are we just every time he's just running down the fucking field? And look what Mahomes them doing with him. Won a Super Bowl with him. Valdez is in there doing ins and outs. And man, watch how Mahomes and watch how they use him. That's what it is, man. Use the man's strengths, man, and use his speed and everything that he has correctly. Don't just try to use him as no decoy. He's too talented for that.
Yeah.
He's too talented. Watson has talent. Nate, I want you to still believe in your pick because he has it. But sometimes you gotta use a player like him as an advantage, not a disadvantage. You got to put him against the number 2s and the number 3s. You gotta get him in matchups where, man, listen, how Rodgers used to do a motherfucker against when he had Devontae. He would he'd eat their ass up. When Devontae got that right matchup, he knew, oh yeah, he ain't holding him. You know what I'm saying? He can't hold him. So that's what I got to do with Watson, man. You can't just expect him to go up and catch a Hail Mary every motherfucking play. It don't work like that. Put him on them crossing routes. That play he did for that touchdown was a perfect way to get him open, you know, and use players like that's why I say you put Romeo at 1 because now you got a for sure route runner. You put Wicks in there, you sprinkle him in the middle of the field, which he's like unstoppable in there. You got Reed, he's unstoppable in the middle. It's like, come on, man, use these guys' strengths. But that's on Matt. That ain't on nobody. That ain't on us. That ain't on Jordan. That's on Matt.
Not putting the players on the right position, like you said about Watson. I think he can reach his potential, but they're not utilizing them the right way, the way Rodgers did. Remember that game versus the Cowboys? He had 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yep. And what was he doing? He was running them long crossings. And Rodgers will wait till he get right to that window, boom, put it on him, touchdown. That's how you got to do it. You can't just always he can't be always a big fucking post. He can't always be a fucking Hail Mary, bro. You
I
can't
know.
just do that every time, bro. And that's what's getting irritating. It's like he just run. What about the fast cross? What about the end arounds? What about shit like that? You know what I mean? Use the man's strengths, bro. Don't share. And that's what that. But that's Matt LaFleur. That's on him. You know, if he don't pan, Watson don't pan out. That's on him. Use the man's strengths. Use the man's strengths, man. So I still, like I said, I still believe Watson could be elite. He could be great, and that's on him too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's on him too. You know, to work, man. Get back in the lab every week, man. Don't take no time off, man. You're not you gonna get the money. The money ain't the problem, but you got to produce in this league, or you'll easily be, replaced. And I don't want to see him replaced. I want to see him grow. I want to see him be one of those next great wide receivers, a Walker, a Brooks, and those deep threats, even like a Jordy, because Jordy was just fucking Jordy, and Jordy wasn't the fastest motherfucker on but he was like he was. Well, I mean, like his 40 time wasn't the greatest. I think he was a 4.5 or 4. Don't quote me on that. 4.6, 4.5. But every time Jordy, boy, he be wide open like he a 4.1, 4.2. You know what I mean? So it's on all them, man. So all them to come together. It's on love too, to not force shit to people and make them look bad.
Yeah.
You're forcing shit to Watson, and you're making him look bad in the red zone. You're forcing shit in three people on three people when you knew you shouldn't have thrown the ball to him and go elsewhere. So that's on him too, because the quarterback can make a receiver look bad too, putting the ball behind him, putting it too high, putting it too low, whatever. Putting it where when he wasn't even open. You know what I mean? Like everybody looks good when the offenses succeed. You know what I'm saying? If the offense is a success, everybody looks good. Everybody is great. You don't have great offenses going to one person all the time. And we learned that. Rodgers trying to force shit. Yeah, forcing shit to Devontae all the time. And once that shut down, you so used to going to him, you so sure up about him, you forget about an open Lazard. You forget about Kyle being wide open. You forget about Tony. You know what I mean? So you can't do that. The great offenses in this league have 4 to 5 weapons. Look at the Eagles. Look at Kansas City. That's how they keep succeeding, because they keep plugging people back in. Oh, they ain't lost a step since they lost Tyreek. And you would think a team would sink into oblivion after a player like Tyreek Hill leaves. Like the Titans, they lost what's his name? Went over there to the Eagles, and now Brown. Yeah, they lost Brown and they just gone. A team like the Rams. You know what I mean? The Rams used to be the shit. All they got is Cooper Kupp now.
Yep.
And you can't just have one wide receiver. Look at Tampa Bay. They only got Mike Evans.
Look at the Patriots.
Yeah, look at the Patriots.
Find a way to win.
Yeah. You can't do it. You can't be that type of team. Detroit, they just win it ugly. Like they score a lot, but a lot of their shit is short goal line runs and all this. Like they ain't doing much. They ain't what they got St. Brown. He ain't fucking one of the top in the league. You know what I'm saying? But great teams in this league have multiple weapons. Like Minnesota, they got fucking Justin, and they got the new dude, the dude who put it on our ass, and they got TJ Hockenson. So you stay relevant as an offense that way. But we're building up weapons. NFL, be on the lookout for Musgrave. Be on the lookout for Reed. Be on the lookout for Dobbs. Be on the lookout for Wicks. Be on the lookout for Watson. And Kraft too. And you keep sprinkling in a one or two here, because unfortunately I think Torrey is going to be on the way out. DeGuara is going to be gone. Dylan, I think we're not giving him no contract. He fucking tripped. Like I tell y'all every week, he trips over his shadow. Aaron Jones is just going to cost too much money, and he's getting old. You know, so look at some sprinkling of some new things in there. Wilson got hurt today. I hate to see that. You know, his arm and shit. Hopefully he's good, but there's going to be some changes, and there's going to be some new blood in Green Bay building with this team, and they're going to be a formidable fucking offense in a minute, bro. Because you ain't gonna have enough motherfuckers to cover Reed, Musgrave, Dobbs, and Witt. Like in the middle of the field, you're not. Listen, in a minute, ain't nobody gonna be able to line up with Musgrave. He's that fast. He's that talented. Kraft too. Ain't nobody gonna be able to line up with Reed, huh?
You remember the Green Bay Packers when they won that run in 2010? They will beat you in any type of way. You want to cover Jordy? We got James Jones. You want to cover James Jones? We got Jennings. We got fucking
Driver.
Who else we had? Donald Driver.
Corliss.
You know what I'm saying? They can beat you in so different ways. Like pick your poison. And I believe these Green Bay Packers team, these young team, Doves, Wicks, fucking Reed, Watson.
Even Heath ain't really played.
Heath and whoever the Packers bring in from the draft, if they draft another quarterback, another wide receiver, watch out because it's gonna get to that point.
And that's one good thing too, and that's a good point you said. I mean, that we can go elsewhere. We can get that for sure left tackle because unfortunately that's going to be the main need this draft, and unfortunately our first round pick might go that way. It just depends on how Love plays the rest of these games, because I think even a game like that today shows like, hey, you know, dude deserves another couple years. But you know, if we can get it for sure, we can for sure this offensive line. We can spend some of these round picks. We can get a top running back. We can get one of the top running backs, or we can find them through free agency or whatever. And we can add another wide receiver. Bring in another one. You know, just bring some healthy competition. Listen, I would love a Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think we'll get him though. Oh my God, I would love that dude. Oh my God, it'd be over.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get him. I think we won't be able to grab him. But you know, we can get another weapon in there, man. Another guy to sure up. But like I said, the main thing for me right now would be safeties, left tackle, safety, cornerback. I'm gonna put on there. Cornerbacks. Sorry. And then go running back and bring it in, you know, another wide receiver or somebody might flash off. But these four, Dobbs, Watson, Wicks, 5, 6. I mean, Dobbs, Watson, Reed, Wicks, Musgrave, and Kraft all be lining up next year. We'll all be there. We'll pretty much solidify their spot as future Green Bay Packers, the future of the Green Bay Packers, period. And Watson with a little more work can be just like Jordy. He can be Jordy. Dobbs with a little more work can be that Devontae. Wicks can definitely be that Jones. Yep. Reed can definitely be that Cobb. Musgrave, he better than Tonyan already.
Michael Finley are probably better than Jermichael Finley.
Better than Chimera. Oh, he could be a Chimera. You know,
Bubba Franks.
Yeah, or Bubba Franks. You know what I'm saying? They can be that. They can be our Travis Kelce. He could be our Travis Kelce. He can be our Witten. You know what I mean? He could be our Gronk. That's high bar. That's high bar. But he can be a star. You know what I'm saying? We got all that, bro. We got all that. So to look at this team and say X amount of people are set, quarterback, wide receivers, and I like Vaness. Vaness was doing his thing today. He was running all over the fucking field. Quay got some shit to work on and fixing his quarterback situation, because Jair, he got to get it going, bro. He got to, one, get back, and two, he got to live up to this contract. Or if not, we need that bread back, man. We need that bread back. When he's on the field, he's shut down. He's one of the best. I ain't gonna argue with that. But we need consistency, bro. You can't be such a loud mouth and such a big mouth and not do your thing. You got Jalen Ramsey, and that he backs it up. He's a champion. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
think Jair Alexander will be back next year. I mean, even
yeah,
though he gets back with the next few weeks, he just been injured all fucking year long, and I don't know what the fuck he's doing that he's getting injured a lot. But the Green Bay Packers, they need another solid cornerback because Eric Stokes, who knows what's the deal with him? He came back for nothing, and we need a solid fucking safety. And if you can't draft one, then sign one in free agency like Buda Baker or someone else out there.
yeah, definitely. I think that's gonna be the great thing about this team is we'll have so much money coming off the books again with Bakhtiari, Jones, Preston, all that
Yeah,
shit from Zeke, all that shit from Aaron and Zadarius coming off the books and shit like that, and we'll have a lot of money. One to spend on defensive side, a lot of money to spend on because no one on the offensive line is earning contracts right now. Nobody in the secondary is earning contracts right now. Savage is 1 foot out the fucking door. Especially if we got rid of Amos, why the fuck would we get rid of Savage? You know what I'm saying? So we'll have the bread to spend. We'll have the picks to pick. Everything looking up, bro. Everything is looking up, and I have faith that we'll get back there eventually. Might not be next year. Should be next year. We should be competing next year, because they'll have a good full season under their belt, and they should be better, and they should be back in the lab this offseason and come back firing and competing more and possibly winning the division. I say at least with these guys and Jordan, get that division, win that division first. Win the division first. Touch the playoffs, get the playoff taste in your mouth, and then from there you can. But we've seen crazier in this league. We've seen teams go from first to worst or worst to first. So it's more than possible for them to be a Super Bowl champion next year or competing for a Super Bowl or in the running. But you can't compete. You can't repeat this shit you're going through this year, next year. You can't. They can't come out.
Oh, no, definitely. You can't.
No, you can't be a 4-6 team after 10 games next year. You can't. It just can't happen. So that's all I got, man. That's all I got right now. Anything else you want to add, Nate?
No, I mean, go Pack, go. I guess. This was a win. It is what it is. A win is a win. Like I said, I've been looking forward to next year already for the draft, free agency, getting some of these money off the books from, like you mentioned, fucking Bakhtiari, Rogers. If we seen the rebuild this year, next year we're gonna see a whole different team because half of these people they're on this team, they're gonna be gone. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait till next week, though. I mean, I can't wait till this week. Fuck, I get 4 days off. I'm so happy. Only 3 days of work. Oh God, I'm so happy, man. I'm gonna try to do some Wednesday. Everybody, let's talk about what's going on. I'm gonna try to do my research on salary cap and what the numbers will be looking like next year and the year after. Can't really do any pre-draft shit yet because we don't know our position, and if we keep pulling off games like we did today, we're just gonna slide back more and more, which will drastically change which direction we go to in the draft. I still think that this man gonna use our first pick on a left tackle. I already know, unfortunately, but if we can get another generational All-Pro left tackle out of it, because we got to go both sides, man. I don't know how sure. I mean, damn, they did a fucking good job on that right side today, though. I'm not going to even lie. Zach Tom is doing his thing, but if you can pull off another one or two pros or all pros or just players that can last a while in this league, will be good, because you got to protect Jordan, and the more protection he gets, the more he's able to sit back there and he'll pick a fucking team apart. He will.
Yeah.
It's just about protecting him. And I see that now. If you protect this guy, we got to protect this guy. So if we draft a left tackle, if we draft a stud from a team, do not blow your fucking load all over the place. That'll tell you that we're sticking with Jordan. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the best thing for this organization to do is to back this guy up, believe in him, give him the opportunity to shine, and put pieces around him to help him do that. And they're doing that. You seen that today. You seen what Reed did. You seen what Musgrave was willing to do. I mean, able to do. You seen what Dobbs is able to do. This is a team on the rise, people. And the more Groot is willing to put more stock on his side and the defense, where it's like you only need so much on the defense, because I like the defensive line, but if we can get a little more help in there, Wyatt went out there. I think Wyatt still hurt, ain't he? Or some shit like that. I don't know. But I'm gonna do a little research, man. See what the money looking like, because we could pull off some free agents, see what and get some help, man. If this man gets some help, if this man can get Jordan some more help with a rushing game, with better rushers, better offensive line, he is going to be formidable. He's going to be formidable in this league. He's going to pick team apart. And you've seen that today. You've seen flashes of that today. And that's what Walker and Khalil Mack and all the motherfuckers breathing down his neck. Now, it would have been a different game with Joey out there. We would have seen, really. But still, the guy is willing to sit in that pocket. He's willing to go through his progressions. He's willing to go through his reads. And when he gets the opportunity to do it, he's going to be deadly in this league, man. But you hear it here first, man. You hear it here.
Yeah, no, that's true. I just hope that the Green Bay Packers don't waste Jordan Love's fucking career like the way they did with Aaron Rodgers. And they can surround Jordan Love with some more talent, whether it's offensive linemen or with the offensive players, and then get a new coordinator to come to Green Bay to run the right defensive scheme, and draft a few more players on defense, whether you go on the draft or free agency, because you can never have enough of fucking adding up talent.
Yeah.
Preston's gonna be gone, and I'm sure a lot of players, Savage, and those motherfuckers are gonna be gone. But it never hurts to bring in some more talent into these fucking defensive back. And the new coordinator with the right scheme, trust me, we'll be okay.
Yeah, and that's where we need to temper the expectations this year and just keep looking at what we're building to and how good he's getting every game, whether it's a win or loss. What did he do right more than what he could do wrong? Because he got enough time to work on what he's not doing right, But like I said, man, if you watch this game today and you still doubt that Jordan Love is not the guy, and we need to draft May, and we need to get Kyler Murray and all this dumb shit they throwing out there and trading for Dak and doing all. No, you don't need to do none of that shit. Getting Tannehill and these fucking reporters, stop letting them gash all up and look what you have in front of you. Because people said the same thing about a certain guy who kept us relevant for almost 2 decades after one season. So pump your brakes. Let's see what happens. After 2-3 years, we should know, hey, he's no good. He's not going to get us there. But it depends on the coach too. Matt, it's going to come down to him too. Matt going to have to fucking change up this fucking coaching staff badly. This coaching staff needs to get better, especially on the defensive side. This zone shit is just not working. The zone shit is just teams, and that just tell you how bad the Chargers are. They could have fucking destroyed us today, and they had chances to destroy us. They dropped a lot of balls today, and that's not going to happen every week. So you got lucky today. You squeaked out with one, but come in better against Detroit. Come in and play better against Detroit. You played good, but you could have played better. You could have played better. So you left a lot of football out there, and like Nate said, man, you can never have enough talent. Keep surrounding this guy with talent, and it's gonna pay off, bro. Because you guys seen today, if a motherfucker get open, he's gonna put it on them. He's gonna put it on their ass. So that's all I got, man. I'm kind of like rambling on, saying the same shit over and over. Anything else you want to say, Nate? Because I'm gonna probably end it here, man. What's up, Zane?
No, that's about it, man. Just go Pack Go. I'm still gonna support my team whether they lose or win. But a win is a win, so we'll take that.
Yeah. And like I say, all you motherfuckers on the outside who ain't on board now, or the motherfuckers that's down us and saying, hey, we like I said, we're back to the dark ages. Just look out. Just mark my motherfucking words. We'll have a lot to celebrate in the future. This win, it was a win. And again, they're hard to come by. But the future is looking bright. And that depends on the president, ugly ass, the GM and our coach, man. Is he willing to make the tough choices and stop trying to be friends? And this shit is a business, man. This shit is a business. And I feel like sometime in Green Bay, they're a little too friendly. They don't want to do the harsh thing, which is firing and get rid of motherfuckers who time is up. But you got to get rid of you got too many good prospects. You got too much to look forward to keep holding on to people that ain't contributing and ain't making a difference in this organization. So everybody in our division, y'all be seeing us. Y'all be seeing Mr. Jordan for a while. Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back where we need to be, and that's a top of the fucking division, and back in the Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl. Because if they do right by Jordan, bring in the talent, bring in the O-line, bring in the defensive coordinator we need, keep adding to the defense. These players keep getting great. Told you, he will win a Super Bowl. But they don't do right by him. They don't draft the way they need to draft, and players don't get better, and we draft and bust, and we wasting draft picks, and our coach being complacent and keep holding on to motherfuckers too long. And it's just gonna be the same shit. He'll get Jordan to a 13-4 or 12-5 record and win a division and get bounced in the divisional or lose in the NFC Championship game. It'll be the same shit. But keep adding talent, keep bringing in players with high upsides, and watch what happens. We'll be back holding trophies, crying, celebrating in no time. So I'm gone, guys. Get myself together, man. Back to work. We got a short week. Again, Wednesday. I'm gonna do a special Titletown G. I know I haven't been doing any Titletown G shit in weeks. A lot of shit been coming up. People being sick at the house, wife being sick. I really don't have the time to do stuff when I take care of them and make sure the kids okay and all that type of stuff. Y'all be careful out here, man. A lot of people getting sick right now and missing work and a lot of stuff. A lot of colds and flus and shit is going around right now. Go ahead and take care of it now. Get myself ready for work. But Wednesday, man, we're gonna come in here. I'm gonna have some breakdowns of just where we looking at money wise 2024. Well, next year, what we looking at money wise, 2025, what we looking at money wise. And just we're going to eventually, once the season get to breaking down, once the season end, we know where we really going to stand. Then we can start figuring out what draft picks we should go after and everything. But um, a win is a win. We got one. You know, again, hard to win in this league, but again, they should be using this momentum, this win, what they did good today. Take it to Detroit, serve them boys up. You know, they might win a division, they might make the playoffs and all this other stuff. But go out there and compete. And just compete. Don't get blown out. Just compete. Win or lose, just compete. Compete, man. Give them something to worry about. Give them a reason to keep their role going, you know, because everybody in this division outside of us is building towards a future. Detroit kind of in that because outside of Jared Goff, what do they have going on? You know, so they got to kind of be in that rush mode too, where they got to try to win something soon because they're not doing us. Well, Minnesota's going to have to do it. Chicago's might have to do it because Justin Fields ain't the guy. Start to think about the future and adding that next franchise quarterback, not somebody off somebody else's practice squad or wasting a high ass draft pick on a player, you know, and him not panning out. You know, we gotta really focus on us. If we keep focusing on what we doing in our organization, we can get back there, man. So just temper your expectations this year. Be patient, but understand that bright days are coming. As long as, again, like I told y'all, the coach, the GM, and soon to be gone and soon to be hired presidents do right by this organization. And don't get caught up in all this free agency shit. I know we want to get free agents and all that, but you know, if you could pluck somebody from somewhere, that's different. But it's hard to do that. It's hard to lure some of these elite quarterbacks away from their organizations to come to your organization and change it. But let's see what Jordan does first, and then we could talk about it. But we've never been that type of organization. You know, we never been that. So I'm gone, man. I holler at y'all Wednesday. Wednesday come through before the holiday, man. We'll do something later in the day. Might not be early, possibly later or early. I don't know, but I'll catch y'all Wednesday, man, before the game Thursday, man. Y'all know after the game, we'll try to do something quick, you know, while you guys are celebrating with the families Thanksgiving and all that. We'll try to. But I'll let y'all later, man. I'm out of here. Peace.